Limestone Cafe.
U l-aħħar taqsima tagħna llum ser tlaqana ma' Lennie u Joe Mifsud. Storja li bdiet fis-sittinijiet u llum evolviet f'kumpanija li qed tikseb numru ta' suċċessi fl-industrija tal-caravans, On the Move Caravans, kumpanija li hija waħda mill-sponsors ta' dan il-programm.
Today we've got Lennie Mifsud here from On the Move Caravans who have joined us for season 4 as one of our sponsors, so thank you very much for being involved.
Thanks for having us.
Lennie, we've got your dad here, Joe, and could you first tell us a little bit about your migration story from when you came to from Malta to Australia?
I wasn't quite 14 when I arrived in Australia in 1954. I already was working in Malta for a cabinet maker after school. Then I came back here and I got a job as a cabinet maker. Apprentice cabinet maker. I done my time. When I finished my apprenticeship, about 4 years later, I opened up a little factory making kitchen cupboards. As my kids were started to be born, I started making a caravan a year. I made it for Christmas, came home with it, went away at Easter, and after we finished that holiday, I sold it.
Yeah, oh wow, okay.
And then started to build another one for the next Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's how it come about that caravan business came along.
So when you first started building the caravans, did you know anything about building a caravan, or?
No, I only just looked.
I love it.
Only just looked. Now, to finish off the good story of it, the first caravan that I built was all timber, because that's all I knew.
Yeah.
There was only 2 pieces of angle iron underneath the springs, and 2 pieces of angle iron coming out as an A-frame. No welding whatsoever, everything was bolted.
Wow, that wouldn't pass any roadworthy
not
test
these
today at all.
No, it wouldn't. And we went to Bribie Island,
Oh,
if you know what that is.
Yeah.
And my father was behind me, following me.
Yeah.
And we went past a bridge where the border of New South Wales and
Victoria?
Brisbane.
Oh, Brisbane. Oh, sorry.
There's
Yeah.
a long low
Queensland.
bridge.
Yeah.
And it was very windy, and this caravan was lifting off the ground.
Oh my goodness. So I can imagine when you were kind of like building these caravans.
It was all in the back of Nanda's house too.
Oh, wow. So
got
not even a
photos still.
factory. Oh, that is amazing.
It was.
So,
And that's where I suppose my son took this business on from.
yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So when did you sort of start thinking about making caravans for other people?
That's the thing, see, Dad never went any further.
Okay,
I
right.
didn't-
He stayed with cabinet making and building and houses and stuff like that.
Then,
Yeah.
I
My
took it up as a
son-
hobby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Started with a hobby.
Prior to, On the Move's been established for 11 years
Yeah.
this year. Prior to On the Move Caravans, I'm actually an auto electrician by trade.
Okay, cool.
So we're multi-talented, like my brother's the same.
Yeah.
There's only the 2 of us. But as a hobby, I used to build a caravan, and pretty much same as Dad. You know, I'll build a caravan and flog it off and, you know, and do something different.
Yeah.
You know, I've made boats, I've made caravans, and as you can see, we make caravans still to today.
Yeah.
Originally, I made a caravan that went on site in Port Arlington with all the good Maltese boys.
Yeah.
So we were down there for 5, 6 years. My kids were young back then.
Yeah.
And then years on, I had a person come in and buy my auto electrical business. So prior to getting out of the auto electrical business, I quickly built a van.
Yeah.
But as a mad fisherman, like most of us Maltese, I built a van with a boat underneath it on its own trailer. So you were able to set up, pull the boat out. Of course, I'd go fishing and do what I had to do. And you come back to a 5-star caravan like we've still built today.
Yeah.
From there, I don't know, we just multiplied, people were interested, and you sell one here, you sell one there. Did a lot of repairs when I first started.
Yeah.
And now today, we used to work in my shed back then.
Yeah.
And now today, I think we've got about 24 staff. Dad still comes in and gives me a hand when I need him. But the business is just sort of, I've got a great group of guys and girls that work for us. My wife runs the office, so it's still a
It's very, very
family-orientated
family business.
It is.
How many caravans do you churn out in 1 year?
At the moment, we're doing about 150.
Okay, and they're all handmade?
Everything's
effectively?
handmade.
On site here? Pretty much.
We do contract chassis. We don't have to build them out of timber.
Oh, what a shame, hey?
Yeah, no. Ain't done the job. So we contract our chassis out to a company around the corner.
Yeah.
We have contract electricians, plumbers, and shower screens. Everything else of a caravan's built in-house.
Wow, so that's the cabinetry, everything like that.
So
Walls, cabinetry, aluminium.
So this is just something new.
Yeah.
We purchased a CNC computer cutter 12 months ago. And as I've learnt, we've sort of progressed to this type of style of build as well. It's millimetre perfect. So all we do is, push the button and all those sheets come out.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of waste, but the structure's there, the strength's there. Compared to the old man doing it with a probably handsaw.
Yeah.
I've got a router that just does it all for me. So it works.
Yeah.
And we've won Aussie Best Van 3 years in a row, 2014, 15 and 16. So we've got a great little business at the moment. I still work hands-on. I'm not always dressed this clean. I'm generally full of silicone and I still get out here and work. Yeah. And he's sort of sometimes beside us, it's great.
What would you say is the kind of those those years where you've won those awards? What do you think is the factor that's getting you to win those awards?
We're lucky here. My wife's an interior designer. We have that modern feel that a lot of people follow.
Yeah.
So we come up with something different, and then of course the next person sort of mimics what we do, and the ball keeps rolling. I think it's more, Jennifer's smart in the sense she works with customers. She listens to what people say.
Yeah.
And, that girly sort of mentality, you and I can go gun-ho and build anything probably, but the women that actually, I suppose, keep us in line and make us do what we've got to do. But I think she's the backbone of the business. But I think just working with customers is what makes us what we are.
Is there a degree of customisation to the build, or are they, like, it's the basic structure about the same, but then the internal fit out?
The basic structure, there's 3 types of ways that we build. We build with a composite panel, which is a polystyrene style wall. Of course, this is our CNC wall, and then we still hand build caravans like the old days. We are a customised van. Like I said, I don't think we've ever built the same van twice.
So Joe, how do you feel when you see how the business has progressed from when you built that very first caravan, out of wood?
You're never going to forget that, are you?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. Through to where your son has taken it now.
Very much proud of what my son has achieved. It gives me nothing but pride.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
U dik l-aħħar intervista twassalna fit-tmiem programm ieħor ta' Maltese DownUnder. Aħna nieħdu pjaċir nisimgħu minn għandkom it-telespettaturi tagħna. Għalhekk kull kummenti jew suġġerimenti nistednukom sabiex tagħmlu kuntatt magħna permezz tal-email maltesetv@gmail.com jew inkella fuq il-paġna tagħna fuq Facebook Maltese DownUnder. Jiena Marlin nagħtikom appuntamenti ieħor għal bħalhom ġimgħa fl-istess ħin. Saħħa!